Welcome.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I love shaggy-haired dads.
I know, it's crazy.
It's so good, I like it.
It has a mind of its own. It kind of, it's got its own static electricity.
You know, I learned something about you that I did not know before, that you had a lot of energy as a kid in London.
Yeah.
And that your mom put you in martial arts classes, and that you
Oh, no.
took to it like,
No.
you took to it quite naturally, and you were a bronze medalist. There you are right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
A bronze medalist.
Look at those ears. See, that's why I have the big hair, to cover those floppy out ears.
But that had to be exciting. Do you still do martial arts?
No, it kind of, getting your butt kicked doesn't help when you're about to go on set the next day, you know, with the bruises and stuff. So,
I
haven't been able to.
Do you ever think that you'll utilize it in a role, maybe?
I would love to. I mean, who knows?
Okay, let's write that movie.
So you couldn't do anything to hurt us right now?
No.
Great. We feel much more comfortable.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You could immobilize us if
Never.
you wanted to.
No. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Could you teach us one move, though, in case we're in trouble? No.
You can't teach us anything.
All right. So your mom took you to your first audition, I understand, yeah?
Yeah, she did. She saw, you know, acting was a very indulgent dream from where I come from. And then she saw this, she used to care for the elderly. And she saw this, she travels to work on the train, and there was a newspaper on each, there's a free newspaper called the Metro. And she saw this advert in the back, tore it out, and waited till the day before this big audition and said, hey, by the way, I was 16. We're going to bunk school tomorrow, and I'm going to take you to this thing.
No,
and
I know.
Sorry. And I've never done anything like it. I thought she'd gone insane. I'm this, you know, very awkward, nervous teenager. And she just had this amazing sixth sense. And
did you show an interest in acting before that? Did you?
yeah, I mean, like I was very hyperactive, so anything physical to channel this energy
she
was important. Yeah. And drama was something that was, you know, very freeing for me. And, you know, we got there, queued outside the National Youth Theatre in London. There's all these drama kids doing their vocal warm-ups, and I'm there with my mum, like,
But this was for Skins.
It was a show called Skins.
Which is very provocative. It's a provocative show. I know that show.
But, yeah, so Danny Boyle's daughter saw me in that. And that's how I got to audition for Slumdog.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
He went out looking at thousands of children, and he couldn't find this, you know, puny, big-eared guy that he wanted. And his daughter was like, Dad, why don't you try him? And I was on TV that night.
Unbelievable.
I remember when all of you came to the Oscars.
Yeah.
I was out on the red carpet talking to some of your cast. And, I mean, it was just such an incredible year and moment, I know, for all of you. Do you remember your first time out on a red carpet?
Well, it was actually at the Toronto Film Festival.
Yeah.
And I turned up in my school shoes and a terrible suit, you know, that I just got. And I was next to my co-star, Frida, and she's looking elegant with a glam squad and all that. And George Kotsiopoulos, he was a stylist, and he was like, we've got to dress this guy better because he's spoiling the whole picture. So, yeah, that was the first time I'd walked a carpet.
It's really interesting. We have a photo. We have a photo of when, I guess, you had met Dev for the first time, I think. And there it is. Oh, there you are, right there.
I think that was, what, 2009?
Yeah.
When it was?
Oh, man.
It's kind of amazing because when you think about it, most people have like a little bit of a warm-up before they hit that level of intensity. You guys went from making the movie to being overnight superstars and then walking those red carpets. It had to be so scary.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming, you know, and part of it, you know, we were just so young and naive to it. That's how we could get through it.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing for that to happen. But part of me always felt undeserving, like I hadn't put in the time or something.
Oh,
so it was, you know, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
You know?
We're still young and naive. That's how we do it.
Yeah, that's
what
how
we do.
One day. Listen, we have to take a commercial break, but when we come back, Dev's going to reveal a completely transformed for his role in Maya. I'm here with Dev Patel. Stick around. That's an intense scene from Lion starring Dave Patel. Of course, this is a true story.
Yes.
It's unbelievable when you hear a story like this. You're adopted. You play a young boy adopted by an Australian family.
Yeah.
And then you finally are reunited with your birth mother.
Yeah, well, basically he was scavenging for food with his brother on the trains in India. and they get separated, and he gets hurtled across this vast country. And where he ends up, he can't speak the dialect. He's uneducated. He doesn't even know his mother's name. He calls her Ummi, which means mum. And the poor boy goes through so many life-threatening situations before he's adopted by an Aussie family, Nicole Kidman and David Wenham in the film. And Google Earth had just come out at this time. And he realizes that he can create a search radius and try and track down his mother, because he had such a photographic memory of his past. And he can look at these blurry pixels and gather so much emotion from them. And it's a story of perseverance and unity and love, and it's really important.
So because it is so intense and so is the character, what was the preparation like for you? What was the focus like to get ready?
Well, when I got it, the director, Garth, he was like, look, we're going to have to, first of all, get you to put on some weight. You're playing an Aussie. So, you know, it was lots of... I called up my manager, and I said, look, the next 8 months, I don't want you to send me anything, no distractions.
8 months?
Yeah, 8 months.
8 months.
It took you 8 months to gain weight?
Well, yeah, it was a lot.
Sweetie,
we can beat that.
I don't know who you're hanging out with, but I could have put it on you in a third of that time.
Yeah, I mean, it was, a dialect coaching to get the Australian accent, and then I went to India 3 weeks earlier and kind of traveled the trains, visited orphanages, did a lot of, wrote diaries, a lot of stuff to really...
It's got to be very emotional. I mean, I would think to see children who don't have homes and don't have family and don't have that stability. It's got to do something. I think it would change you forever, indelibly.
Well, that's why the film's so important. You know, there's something at the end of the film where it says 80,000 children every year go missing in India, or are left on the streets, and they have no homes, no families, and a film like this can help connect the dots, because there are so many families out here in the West and in the world that want to have have a child in their life, or give someone a second chance at life. And that's why this film is really important.